America's workforce. Its strength is our nation's success. Join iBuild America podcast as we explore innovative solutions and inspiring stories from leaders and workers shaping America. Discover actionable insights to build a motivated workforce.
I build America.
Hello, my name is Lorraine Lane, and thank you for joining another episode of iBuild America podcast, where we highlight the people, places, and organizations that support workforce development in our country. Today, I have the distinct pleasure of interviewing Dr. Belinthia Berry. She is the Dean of Workforce Development and Corporation Partnerships down at St. Petersburg College in Florida. So you're in the Sunshine State.
Yes, definitely the Sunshine State.
Well, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Oh, it was a pleasure. I know I might have been looking like a stalker trying to find you, but I just felt in reading your bio that you had much to say in your experience of workforce development.
Yes, I've been in workforce development 19 years. I started out in higher education at Hillsborough Community College and came over to St. Pete College for, I think this is my 12th year, but as a dean, this is my 6th year at that.
Oh, nice. Nice.
Yes, doing this work. So a workforce practitioner.
Yes, you are. So what led you to workforce?
I'm going to tell you, I took the non-traditional route. I tell everyone, my mom was a social worker at heart. She's actually the regional manager at Hillsborough County Government. And even though I am not a social worker,
right,
I do believe that the work I'm doing in higher education with workforce training is that. And so I started out at Hillsborough Community as their allied health coordinator, coordinating all of the entry-level healthcare programs, entry point into the healthcare system. So all of your hospitals and major medical centers in Tampa. And so your CNAs, your medical assistants, your phlebotomists, your EKGs, your IV therapy, those nurses that want to come back from the bedside, I trained all of them.
Wow. So did you have partnerships within the local hospital community? So it kind of created a seamless transition?
Yes. So we had many affiliation agreements with Tampa General, Moffitt, HEA Hospital, Abbott Health Hospital, you name it, Baycare, St. Joseph Hospital, all of your medical facilities that were there. We would go out and meet them to say, hey, this is the profile of our students. They're coming out with national credentials, certifications from our programs. If we would like to tweak some of our programs, you can add to the curriculum. And yes, they were able to get jobs.
Oh, nice. Mm-hmm. So St. Petersburg College has kind of been in the forefront of tying in education to employer partnerships and industry partnerships. You've just really created a dynamic system down there, Dr. Berry. I'm going to have to talk to you afterwards to see how to do that in my place. What makes this so important when you're bridging the gap between education and industry? Why is that a big deal?
It's a big deal because we want to make sure that the talent coming in at the end of our training program has exactly what the employers are needing, right? Mm-hmm. What are those competencies? What are those skills that you're looking for within our career pathways that we're building out? And so we've been very fortunate of having industry at the table, meaning we're convening them. And so getting an example in the energy sector, my president had a meeting, Dr. Tanja Williams is our president at St. Petersburg College, with the president of Duke Energy. And Duke Energy said, hey, we have a gap here. We're retiring. So many individuals are retiring from our industry, but not even just that. We're looking for a type of skill set. And she says, well, I think we could do that. And so she said, hey, Belinthia, can we get all of the energy companies together to see if there's a greater need, and not just with one energy company? And we were able to be successful with getting TECO, Duke Energy, Pike Energy, Powertown, Seminole Electric, you name it, all within the region to come down and convene at our collaborative labs. Yes, our collaborative labs is our strategic think center where we can put all of our ideas together and map out all possibilities. Solutions. Right. And they were able to sit down to say, these are the top skills that we need.
Give me an idea of what they, idea of what they needed.
So for right now, the top credentials that are needed are CPR, AED, of course, but they also wanted to make sure that these individuals had hurt man rescue type skills. The climbing skills were there. We also did OSHA 10. They also get CEL training as well, meaning how to drive the utility truck.
So I am shocked because I expected you to say skill sets that were, I don't know what I thought, I need electrical engineering, but you're talking about some basic entry level skill sets that young adults needed.
Yeah, young adults need it. And also, of course, we make it a simulation of what you would have in the field, being on time, time management, when it comes to wearing PPE. So they all have a uniform. They have to clock in with their boots. All of it is inclusive into the course to make sure that they're set up for success.
So you start all of that from the beginning.
All from the beginning.
Wow.
Yeah. And I'm happy to say that Duke Energy donates like $50,000 to us every year to support scholarships, but also materials and equipment. And all of the energy companies always say, hey, we need you to put your money where your mouth is to continue this program, because the program itself is about $7,500 for a student to go through.
Okay.
Whereas we're the lowest in the country, and not even a country, in the state of Florida. And you're talking about an average of $35,000 or $12,000 program that students are coming out with $60,000, if not $100,000 or more with a job.
Oh, that is life-changing.
Very life
for your students.
Yes.
Those are livable wages. Wow, that is amazing.
It's so that I even had to add financial literacy to the course because we're starting to see some things.
Oh, I understand. Well, and that creates a holistic student leaving and being able to stand on their own 2 feet.
That's right.
So with your extensive background in building employer partnerships, what are employers looking for in the workforce?
Workforce, a lot of them, they talk about soft skills, right?
I'm just hearing those quite common in this.
Critical communication. I even had employers say, Belinthia, how can you do a training on for individuals on motivation? I said, well, they have to come motivated already. He says, no, there are some individuals that don't come with motivation. I said, well, you know what? We as an education institution can work with you on what does that look like, right? And that's being able to provide the framework of what does this job entail? What does it take? Doing a lot of those pre-assessments ahead of time to ensure that you get what you need and that the student is placed where they need as well. And for instance, so not even just with our line worker program, in all of our programs, we add multiple pathways and ramps. So the base of the training, which
talking about it, you just said something I hadn't heard. Multiple pathways.
Yeah.
No, the other word was ramps. What are ramps?
Meaning that, and how we build things, or in my mind, how we build things out is that within maybe a first couple of weeks, of course, we see where you're at, right? And if it looks as though you're not going to make it to the next couple of weeks or the next level, we off ramp you into another program that may fit you. So that way we still keep you within what you need, but in another path that will get you the job that we feel that is best for you. Because what we learned, especially through our line worker program, that everyone is going to be able to climb the pole, right? And so now we designed underground and fiber optics. So you have other ramps to go into. You still get your base, but it goes into other things.
So, okay. All right. St. Petersburg's doing something. I had to go down there.
Yeah.
I've been with the Job Corps program. I've been with Job Corps for about 30 years, and very similar concepts that you're talking about, career pathways. Everybody understands that. But what I really like about what you're saying is that case management piece, where you are looking at this student and saying, okay, you might not be able to be a linesman. All right. But now these are some off-ramp skill sets that you can obtain and still be employable. And so the work that you and your team put into that, talk to me about that. How did you come up with this framework, especially the off-ramp piece?
Well, we look at the basis of all of our programs and group them into skills and competencies. And so for our line worker program, just for the example, is that everyone needs of course, CPR, OSHA, right? And if you were able to obtain the CDO, that's great because we can put you into another program that also overlaps with the CDO program. But if not, if you had the first two, that's done within the first 2 or 3 weeks. After the fourth week, you're like, I don't know if this is for me. But guess what? We do have another opportunity to roll you off into another career pathway, which is fiber optics. You already did the first two skill sets.
Right.
Now it's just getting you on the path of the next 3 to 4 weeks to get you into that program to ensure your success. And this is what it entails. This is the wage for this. These are the jobs that are there for you as well. And these are the employers. And so we give them the whole package. And so I call it a career blueprint.
I like
So
that.
if you're here and you don't quite meet the metrics here, we can get you to any of these areas.
Offshoot to any of
and you
these
have your
areas.
options. And all of our courses also are articulated credit. And so all of our courses go into our academic degree, AS degree programs as well.
So I can, if I'm a lifelong learner, you can continue to learn.
Right.
That is really
You have
cool.
it all mapped out.
Nice. What industries are you seeing in Florida that have the greatest needs right now?
Right now, manufacturing.
Really?
Yeah, we're number 2 in the state of Florida for all of the most manufacturing companies, which is in Pinellas. You're talking about medical device. You have your chip, your semiconductor. We're doing a lot with soldering production tech. And we just received money from the state of Florida, which is Florida Job Growth, which was about $3.7 million, I think, altogether with federal funding. It's about a $10 million project.
Wow.
Where we're renovating one of our gyms on the Midtown campus, which is off of Southside St. Pete. We're building an Industry 4.0 lab. Jabil company just donated $1.1 million to our program to help with solderers because they're hiring about 200 to 300 solderers in their new location, which is about 10 minutes from the facility. And so we were able to broker a deal for them to pay for faculty expenses, to donate and to buy a lot of the equipment that will go in there, of course, scholarships, and also cover certifications. When I come to the table, I'm asking you for everything.
Yeah, but you know what? And I don't blame you because it's really about the employer getting a return on the investment.
That's correct.
And putting that investment in a young person that goes through, and it sounds like a very rigorous training program, so that if you walk across that stage at St. Petersburg College with that certificate in hand, it means something to that employer because they've created the training platform, it sounds like.
Yes. And so coming out of our soldering program, you leave with, I want to say 4 certifications.
All industry recognized.
All industry, yep. J Standard all the way to the Space Addendum program. So it's a 3-month program. And we have Honeywell also that's a partner. They're teaching a course. And then, of course, we have Jabil. They have an instructor that's teaching a Florida. And then Lockheed Martin I met with last week. So
you are rocking and rolling.
Yes.
So with all you're doing, and it seems like you've figured out the magic bean to make this work. What advice would you give other educational institutions on how to build those employer partnerships?
Well, be authentic. When I come to the table, it's an everlasting relationship. So it didn't happen overnight. It's something that we worked on for about a year or so, just, inviting them in onto the campus, inviting them into classrooms, showing them the value add, showing them the vision of where we're trying to go, asking to what are your needs? What are your competencies? And we do a thing called industry convenings. So we gather all of the industry partners in manufacturing and our large cluster industries. We just had one with fintech here just recent last week, but we gather everyone to get all of the data that we need in regards to what their needs are. Not only that, we come with other resources. We partner with Pinellas Economic Development. We also partner with our local workforce board, Career Source Tampa Bay, which I am a board of director on the local workforce board. And we come with, these are all of the resources and options to help you with your talent pipeline.
Okay.
And then, of course, training and any grants or any scholarships for employers to just upskill their current incumbent workers, but also any new workers.
Okay.
So
all right.
get all of your core partners together, but bring industry to the table. And you have to court them for a while. Many of them sit on our advisory committees, come up with different tiers and ways that they can work with you as your college and or entity, and just say, hey, these are the ways to engage with us.
This is some sound advice.
Yes.
It is some very sound advice. So I want to switch gears a little bit. AI is making changes in the workforce rapidly. How do you engage your students for possible jobs that aren't even here yet? What's gonna change, and how are they gonna be prepared for that?
I think that our college is doing a great job with embracing AI. And what does that mean? We have some AI use caseful policies where students can dibble and dabble and learn what it is to help them support their academic program. But we also have AI workshops. And we're actually going to be piloting a conference next year that I'm working on with the group on bringing industry in on what does AI look like when it comes to roles. I was even telling our own staff that AI doesn't replace you as a person, but AI can enhance your role by doing certain things, right? And so we want to know what that looks like. And so many of our courses, we're starting to add those AI components of how it can assist you with your role. And so our students are learning firsthand as employers are coming in on what does AI look like when it comes to helping, because a lot of it is all automated, right? Where we have automation, robotics.
Well, you remember when all that came in, everybody thought, the manufacturer worker was going to be done, and it did hurt a little bit. And I don't say that lightly for any listener that may have, lost a job in manufacturing, but we had to learn how to pivot.
Right.
And I think AI is going to do the very same thing, teaching us how to pivot.
That's right. In all industries.
In all industry, absolutely.
Healthcare, IT, I've seen.
All of it. Construction.
Also, we're also looking at trying to do a construction simulation lab as well in the middle of our renovated gym. So
I had the experience. I'd brought a VTech headset, when they first came out because I was trying to be cool with my nephew. And then just stumbled into some stuff, looking in Meta. And there was this nursing piece. And I could, a phlebotomy course where I actually, not actually, but through I'm not saying this very well, listeners, so please forgive me. I was able to give an arm a shot. And that was really unique, holding my little needle thingy. But imagine learning through that. And although it felt odd for me, younger generation, they're doing this stuff now, it's like second nature to them.
Yes. Our college, we have invested in the Meta goggles in our College of Business program, which is more of the digital media, but then our arts and humanities. And I am happy to say that I purchased some for many of our programs.
Oh, wow.
That will be coming this fall as well. And a lot of it is in the construction and your manufacturing type.
There's some cool stuff out there.
Very good. A lot of different vendors.
Yeah. Embrace it. And
and there's grants out there for that as well, because we received a grant from the state of Florida to cover the cost of those.
All right. It sounds like you really have to do your homework.
Yes.
And dig around, and networking is key.
Yes. I'm the ultimate networker.
It sounds like it. It sounds like, and it's paying off for you too.
Yes.
I can definitely tell that.
When you can call and be genuine about network, and I always tell my staff the fortune's in the follow-up. Always.
Oh, I like that. The fortune is in the follow-up. You're absolutely right. So we talked about how are you attracting students? Because it sounds like you're becoming a college that I know if I want to walk away successfully. So how are you attracting those students in a state that has many, many choices?
Well, we value a lot of our programs because all of our programs are high skill, high wage. We would not put a program out there that does not lead to a high wage job. And so we have done a really good job.
I thought you were going to say period. Next question.
We have done a really good job of really sunsetting any of our low value programs that are not with a good marketable wage. And we're very proud of that. And actually, we are the top college with the highest wage for many of our students coming out of college in the state of Florida. So we're up there.
You've done some amazing work, Dr. Berry.
Yes, not just
And
it takes
thank
a team,
you
SBC Titans.
for you and your SBC Titans for what you're doing.
Yes.
All right. It is needed and it is so appreciated in this time. All right. You ready for your rapid fire questions?
Yeah.
These are the fun ones. All right. Well, this one in a rapid fire. I do want to leave our audience with this. What career field should students be paying attention to?
Right now, information technology and manufacturing. And I want to say healthcare. Those are the big clusters, right?
Okay.
Those are the big three.
All right. That's good. All right. So last book you read.
The last book I read, Cultures of Growth.
What is that about?
It's an organizational book that we have read as a college. We read a book every year. And it talks about the growth mindset versus the fixed mindset. And so as an organization, how do we want to grow moving forward? And my president gives a call of action. What does future look like of our college and how innovative are we going to be using those type of technology? Okay. And so do we want to be Blockbuster or do we want to be Redbox or Netflix? And so for us, we want to make sure that we're on the streaming platform.
That's right.
We're being innovative and reinventing ourselves to ensure that we are a viable public institution of choice and letting people know that we're right in lockstep with our employers and we're very flexible, very vital, and we're ready to get people to work. And
I like that.
Our slogan is better jobs, better lives, better communities.
Absolutely. And it takes a community to do it.
That's correct.
All right. Last song that you listen to in your playlist.
Last song.
Or your favorite song in your playlist.
My favorite song on my playlist. Ooh, that's a good one. I'm a very spiritual person.
Okay.
I Told the Storm. I think it's by Kirk Franklin.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yes.
Yeah.
I was talking to another person earlier, and he too loved his gospel music.
Yes.
So I told him to look up Jamie McDonald. She is really good, young lady doing the thing. Then coffee or tea in the morning?
I'm a tea person.
Okay.
I do tea.
I think tea people are a little bit, more calmer than us coffee people. We hit the ground if we don't get that coffee,
I try to be calm. I have my own energy, so.
All right. And so last one, what's one word that your team would use to describe you?
Firm.
Firm. Okay.
I'm firm but fair.
That's good. That's it. That's a nice balance. It has been a pleasure to interview you. I think our listeners got a lot of nuggets to take with them. I know that I did. Thank you so much for coming to iBuild America podcast.
Yes, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you for listening to the iBuild America podcast. Please subscribe, share, and comment, and be sure to join us next time for more insights and inspiring conversations on building a powerful American workforce. iBuild America, building workforce success one podcast at a time.
I build America.